Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chesswise. So today we are going to start with a new topic. We are going to see how to open the game. Okay. So today, so far we have been learning all the basics. And we have seen how to checkmate with queen, how to checkmate with the rook. Now this is the right time to understand how to start the opening. The starting of the game is called opening. So as we know, both sides are trying to checkmate each other. So the most important thing is to take our pieces closer to the opponent's king. Okay. So both will try to do that. So let us understand how we can reach there at the fastest. So the most important thing is we want to take our bishops and knights as early as possible. We want to bring them out. So bringing of pieces out is called development. So we want to develop the pieces, but if we just try to develop the pieces, the opponent's pawns, they will trouble our pieces. Okay. So the first principle is we try to control the center. So these are the four squares which are in the middle of the board. It is referred as center. So the first rule is we try to occupy the center. So let's assume if only white was playing, so what he would do? He would combine control of center and developing his pieces. So something like this white would do. He would first play this pawn to e4, open the bishop's diagonal, open the queen's diagonal. Okay. Now he will play the second pawn, which will again open the other bishop. Okay. After this, he will bring this knight, then the other knight, then this bishop will point towards the king, and finally this bishop will develop depending upon where black plays his piece. Mostly this bishop will go to the square g5 or f4. Okay. So the pieces are coming out and the pawns are ready to advance. So same way black is also supposed to do and not allow white to develop this way. So first what we will do, we will see some examples. Suppose we play properly and the opponent is not playing properly. Then what happens? So let's look at that one example. So white starts the game with the first move e4. The pawn controls two squares. It controls the square near the center. It opens the bishop. It opens the queen. Now black was playing not according to the opening rules. So he played the pawn to a5, which does nothing towards the center. So what happens now? White gets free hand to bring his other pawn to the center. Now this opens the other bishop and white is nicely controlling all the four squares, okay, in the middle. So these four squares, 2 is occupying, 2 is controlling, and is controlling also these two squares which are closer to the black king. Black again ignored, black played his knight to the corner. Note that black is not playing according to what he should be doing. Okay. So now white develops the knight. Okay. So white is ready to bring his pieces. He wants to go closer to the king. So black played this pawn. Again not controlling, not doing anything towards the center. White played his bishop now. So while we develop the pieces, what we do? We develop one knight, then the bishop, then other knight, then the other bishop. This is one way of developing. We will be talking about opening principles in more detail in the upcoming classes. So now see, this bishop is attacking the most important square f7. This square is one of the most important squares because if you look at all the pawns, they are all protected by pieces. Only this is the one which is protected only by the king. So this pawn can become very weak. Okay, black again ignored. Black played the bishop here. At least this bishop move attacks the pawn. Now white could have played the knight to c3, developed his piece, okay, bring it out and support the pawn. He could have done that, but he saw that black is not playing in the center, so he started attacking. White played the knight to e5. See, we can easily see that the knight attacks the f7 pawn and the bishop is also attacking the f7 pawn. So there are two attacks there, and black realizing that there is just one support, so the bishop is going to capture the pawn. Okay. So now what black did? Black played his knight to f6, which happens to be a big mistake. So he is playing all his pieces to the corner of the board. Okay. So what happens is in the game we don't lose just because of one mistake. But if the approach is wrong, slowly we tend to go to that direction and things start going wrong that way. So now what happened here? It was absolutely necessary for black to play e6 and stop the attack on the f7 pawn. Okay. But black played nh6. He thought he is supporting the pawn. Two attacks, two supports. White cannot capture here. But white noted that this knight is the defender of the pawn. So piece which supports something is the defender. So white took the knight with his bishop. Okay, he captured the defender. Then black had to take the bishop. He recaptured the piece. Otherwise he would have been just a piece down. And now bishop takes the pawn and it becomes a checkmate. So we noted how playing against the rules of the game costed black the game so early. Okay, so now we are going to see one more example. Okay, just now we saw how white built up his center and black did nothing in the center. Okay, now we will see, suppose white is playing in the center with the pawns and black is trying to develop his pieces. Okay, let's see. White played the first move, pawn to e4 again. This is one of the best moves. The queen and bishop both are opened and the center is controlled. Okay. Now black played the knight to c6. So here he is doing much better than the previous game where we saw he played everything to the corner of the board. But here also we will see that if black is not controlling center with the pawns, then white's pawns will cause serious problem. Now white plays the pawn to d4. Note that the queen is protecting the pawn. So there is one attack and one support. Black cannot take the pawn. Now it was still necessary to either play the pawn to d5 or e6 and stop white's pawn from going ahead and attacking the knight. Black simply ignored and again developed the pawn and he tried to develop the knight and tried to attack the pawn. Now normally one would expect white to just play the knight and support the pawn. But this is what I am trying to show here. If center pawns are strong and the opponent is not controlling the center, the pawns will tend to push the pieces. Now see, white pawn moves ahead, attacks the knight. Now knight has very few choices. If it goes back to g8, simply the move is wasted. If it comes to g4 or h5, this queen will simply capture it. So black knight has only two other moves, d5 or e4. If he comes to d5, then again c4, pawn will attack the knight. So black thought that he will play the knight to e4. If white attacks with the bishop, then maybe he can play d5, pawn to d5 and support the knight. So this knight will be well placed. Okay, but here white surprised black by pushing the pawn. He again attacked the other knight. Now it looks like this knight is able to capture the pawn, which is what black did. Black took knight into pawn and now black has only played his knights. Pawns have not moved at all. So what happened? White queen came to the square d4, attacked both the knights and we can see that he can only save one of his knight. Black had to play, he played the pawn to protect the knight and queen simply captured the other knight. So as early as move we can see 5 or 6 black lost the knight. So what happened here? We can see in two different cases black was not following the principles at all. White was trying to control the center, bring his pieces in the first example, and in the second one black was trying to control the center with pawns. Black was only playing with the pieces. So the right approach is what? We have to first control the center with pawns and then develop knight, then bishop, then other knight, then other bishop. We will be discussing all this in much more detail. Okay. So if you like the content, do share, like and subscribe. Thanks for your time.